Hello there, g'day, I'm Keeonra and welcome to another live stream. We're going to have a look at continuing the piece of music, motivational type music that I started a couple of weeks ago. Missed last week. These things happen, but please, if you like this sort of stuff, subscribe and ring the notification bell, etc, etc, and you will be notified. Clicky bits. There's a thumbs up clicky bit down there as well if you choose to throughout the proceedings. If you're joining me live, say g'day if you wish to. That'd be nice. It's nice to be here with others. All right, speaking of which, am I here with others? Let's have a little look-see, shall we? Hello, hello, is there anyone there? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. Let's have a look. We shall see. Boom, Ashley HM in the house. G'day Ashley, how you going? Long time, my friend, long time. It's been too long. So here we are, and we're going to have a look at, where are we? Buttons. Here we go. Buttons. That's a bit of a close-up, isn't it? What's going on there? Let me just see if we are in the right place. We are. I don't know why that has done that. One moment and I shall fix that. The camera's gone a bit wonky. Hang on. That's not better. There we go. Let's do a bit of that. Okay, I don't know what's going on with my camera. There we go. Try and fix that for you. There we go. That's a bit better. That'll do. We're here. It's happening. Alrighty. Let's take a little look-see, shall we? Let's put me down there a bit. There we go. See more of the screen. Alright. So if you remember from last time, I made this little bit of music and effectively using addictive drums, Arturia's augmented grand piano, and BBC orchestra with some strings. Let's have a listen, because I can't remember what I did last time. We don't need the loop all the way down there. Let's bring that back a bit. It's a bit much. We're not going to make it that long, because that's a minute 15. Maybe about that long, maybe. We'll see. About a minute, I think, is more than enough for what my purposes are. Let's have a listen. Let's see what we've got. That's not coming through for whatever reason. I don't think you can hear that. No, I don't think you can. Why is that not working? It was working before. Okay. Hang on a sec. Yeah, it's not coming through. Don't know why. That's probably why I hit the wrong button. That is not a good thing. Let's fix that, shall we? That's better. I don't know why. I'm having a day already, aren't I? See, this is what happens when you haven't. Hey, we're moving around the place. There we go. Fix the camera first. Press the right button. Let's get rid of that. Yeah. Here I am. Hello. Okay. Let's go back here and press this button and see if buttons work. There we go. I believe we have some music now. Ah, dear. See, it's been a morning. I need my coffee. Big coffee today. Big coffee. Thank you, Ashley. So I already have some ideas about this. Yeah, nice and uplifting. That's the whole idea. So I want some uplifting, motivational type music. That's going to be for a promotional type video. That's the brief for this little project. Let me listen one more time, and then I'll stop it along the way where I think things need to be changed. Let's have another listen and start. I like the piano. So what I'm thinking is elongating all of that. So making it twice as long and moving all of this across. So I was probably a bit right going there. So what I want to do is move all of this. How many bars have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good on me. And another 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Excellent. And another 8 at the end. Okay. So make this 8 into 16 and then move this all along is my plan. So we've got all of that. We want to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There. Yeah, I love Arturia's stuff, and yeah, the augmented piano, just augmented grand piano, sounds beautiful. It's got a little bit of strings as an after sort of sound at the end if you hold on to the notes. It's really nice. So again, I love Arturia's stuff, and there is just so many options, presets, and you can create your own presets and do your own thing too. See, more coffee. It's too early for me in the morning apparently, even though I've been awake for some hours. But anyway, here we are. All right. So what I want to do is I want this bit I want that to be longer. So I want that to be 2 bars. I want that to be, sorry, that to be a whole bar, that to be a whole bar, that to be a whole bar, that to be 2 bars, that to be a whole bar. So if you can see what I'm doing, I'm actually making this, lengthening all of it out. Yes. And do that. So I need to highlight all of those and go like that, and then these go to that one. Hopefully this will work. We'll glue all of these. Oh no, not yet. What I'll do is I will duplicate that track and just put it down the bottom for now and mute it. Okay, so at least I've got the chord progression there for what I want to do next. So that's an important step. There is method in my madness. So I'm going to glue all of these together so they're one bit of MIDI, and then I can, nope, there we go. I want to keep all of that onwards separate from this bit because that's going to be at the faster tempo. So if I go into here what I can then do is grab all of these notes, or just hit select Control A to select all. That duplicated them. That's not what I wanted. So just Control A. There we go. And I want to grab them all and do that. And then with these, just grab them to the end of that bar there. And that should work. Let's have a listen. And then strings will come in. That's why I'm leaving those there. And then it speeds up. Beautiful. All right, so that kind of works. I'm going to save this, save it as version 2, V2, because just in case I don't like it, I've got the other version to go back to. And I can go, yeah, no, what was I thinking? So, it's always good to have different versions. That way you can really easily go back, or you can make 2 different versions of the same piece of music, which may still happen. Especially if you're creating something for a client, which in this case I am. So it's up to them to have the final say at the end of the day. And to give them a couple of choices is always a good option. So, and then we can always copy and paste back to the other file any changes we make here to be that version. So that's all good. So let's continue then. And what I'm thinking, yeah, actually, in saying that with Cubase 14, there are some upgradey type things. I haven't actually gone through what the upgrades are. I did see videos of it at the time and thought, well, I may as well upgrade to version 14. But if version 13 is working for you, yeah, don't bother upgrading. Wait for a sale or just keep using it. If it works, it's great, you know. You've got to do what works for you. You've got to do what works for you. I mean, if I had my time again, I would do things differently. Let's just say that. I think I would have gone, if I knew then what I know now, I would have bought less virtual instruments, not downloaded a whole heap of free ones that I thought, oh, shiny and free, I'll have that, and clutter up my hard drive, which I need to do a spring clean. I've got so many. Don't get me wrong, they're really, really good virtual instruments, but they're free ones that I never use. So, you know, why have so many virtual instruments when at the end of the day I only use a small group of them anyway. So, you know, and there's some other bits and pieces that I've purchased that I don't use as much as I thought I would. So, yeah, buy beware, live and learn. But I do use everything, so that's a good thing. Yes, my poor hard drive. That's okay. A bigger hard drive is one of those things you always want. A much bigger hard drive. There's never enough space. Anyway, especially with virtual instruments, they take up huge amounts of space. All right, let's get back to it. So, we've got the long chords, and at the moment with the strings, we've got up here, I think, we've got it set as legato. Now we can do key changes. with the BBC, Symphony Orchestra, Spitfire Audio's virtual instruments, but I choose not to because you have more control if you have them as a separate instrument. So this is legato violin, which is lovely because if you actually, I'm playing on the keyboard below, and if you actually hold one key down and then go hold another key down and then release the first key, you get that lovely slide, which a lot of other string instruments don't have that. So that's, it's gorgeous. So in the MIDI you actually overlap the MIDI, and we might have a look at doing that. With these lines, as you can see, I've put them as staccato, and while you can hold it down, it's actually a true staccato because pizzicato is that's why. Let's actually click on the right one. Yeah. So staccato means detached. So, which is different to pizzicato, which is more of the plucked. Spiccato is different again. It's got an attack to it. I like staccato. I think it sounds better. The other one we can use is long. And you can hear the bowing in between. So if you were to actually do this properly, you'd have a combination of long, staccato and legato to actually do this properly. But we're just going to have, I think, legato and staccato. So for this one, this is staccato. But what we need to do is create the same lines here, but make them legato. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy. I might get rid of this one, remove that track, and duplicate these tracks and create. It's so easy to do, it's really good. Create legato of these. So we put in legato for all of those. And I was going to copy and paste, but I've almost finished. Actually, I should do Shift Enter so the name comes up over here. There we go. That one's done. That one's done. That one's done. And that one is done. Awesome. Now, we don't necessarily want that there, but so what I'll do is I'll mute those for now, just to get them so we don't hear that when it gets over there, because we may or may not use those notes and chord progression, etc. What we want to do is sort of replicate that, but in an elongated way, and double it along here, but in a legato way, if that makes sense. So I'll move this across because it's the same as that for those chords. It's just in this context, I believe. Oh, no, it's not, because it changes. So what I want to do is I'll get rid of that. That's not what I want to do. What I want to do is that and recreate something similar, but use these. use the chords progression here. So that, and this is why I wanted to keep this down here, because then it's got my chords. So that's C, A, see how it's A, G, F, A minor, G, F, A minor. This is C, A, C, G, F, A, G, C, A, C. So it's a little bit different. So what I want to do is basically do this chord progression with long with the legato strings. Now, is this the same piano? Did I just duplicate this as well? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. So at the start, I think I want to have just piano, and then the strings come in. So for the first, if this goes for 16 bars, for the first 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the strings will start from there. C, A minor, C. So it's C, A minor, C, G, F, A minor. So yeah, so I've got to redo that a little bit. Although, no, I'll just redo it a little bit. So let's see what we get. So if I cut that there, and then I can duplicate that, copy and paste it to there, and yeah, yeah, that should work. Because unless G, F, I want a G. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's use what we've already got, because that's A, G, F, A minor, A. We haven't got a C. That's okay. Just trying to work it out. So the first bar is A minor. Let's just listen to this. Yeah, it's totally. Yeah, it's totally wrong. So we have to write a new part, but I want to see what I've done as far as the pattern's concerned here. I think we can have like a counter melody, and I think that'll work. Let's try it. I think I was right the first time, where I think I might just grab this and we want, actually no, you know what, that would be easier if I grab it like that. Yeah, and I'll just go in and elongate all of those. Yeah. Okay. Brain thinking, let's do this. So what we want to do is grab that. Whoops. and just elongate all of those, and then we can work out what we want to do after that. That's all good there. All right, does that look about right? That looks about right. Excellent, very good. All right, so now what we want to do is we want, see how I've still got the names of the chords because I've got them separate. I haven't glued them. I've got the names here, which helps me. So this is the what I want to do first is then copy this up to the other ones, so then I can work out what I'm doing that. So that's legato there, legato there. I mean, there's probably an easier, quicker way to do this, but you know, meh. In my brain, this is the way it's going to work. Okay, so let's Y. Okay. Interesting. Now it all shows up. That's okay. So what I want to do is I want to just have the bass notes. That's C, that's A, that's C again. Oops. And I'll fix all this in a minute. That's G. Yeah, I got that one. Thank you. F, A, and that should be the G. Now what I want to do is actually make these legato. So what we need to do is grab all of those and scoot them over to there, not necessarily that one. Let's have a listen to just that. I know what I've done. I actually haven't gone into the instrument yet and changed it from staccato to legato. There we go. Much better. That F is sounding a bit out of sorts. Too high. There we go. And I think we'll take off the legato for this one, because if you're actually playing it, it just sounds better to have a break there. That's not a cello, by the way. Violin. That's better. So that's sounding good. So that's our building blocks for the legato part from the basses. Now, actually, does all of that need to be down an octave? Can we do that? We can do that. Because they're double basses. Ho 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 ho. Well, if that doesn't rattle your boots, what will, hey? That's awesome. Okay. Now, what did we have here as far as the cello line? CBC, CBC, all the way across. And then the basses were A, G, F. Oh, okay. So that's interesting. So that was slightly different. Let's do that for that. AGFA. AGFE. Okay. Slightly different. That's okay. Okay. So, to move the notes down an octave, it's shift, once they're highlighted, shift and down arrow, or shift and up arrow moves them up or down an octave. So that is in answer to your question, Ashley. So yes, shift up or down. So the up or down arrow with the shift key, holding it down for a PC. I'm not a Mac user. Don't hold it against me. Oh, that's good coffee. Good coffee. Big mug of coffee. All right. Let's have a look at the legato for cello. Now that should be right, but we want different. Similar but different. Okay. So let's look at... and actually that third bar where it doesn't go all the way across is pretty much perfect. That's actually what we want. So we've got these notes as the bass, and see I've got this one note highlighted there. So if I highlight the note and then hold shift key and then down arrow, that puts it down one octave. Just like that. Very cool. So that's our bass line. We want something similar but different for our cello line. We want the upper notes to be for our other strings, but we want a complementary notes for our cello to sort of increase the sort of bass part. So what could we do here? There's E, E, change of note there to something else. D, C could work. E and D again. That could work. Let's mute those. There we go. And then we've got E all the way across to there. Mute these. Mute. So we've got E all the way across. We'll then bring that down an octave. Mute those. Bring that or C. E, D. Let's go down. Let's see if that works. Who knows? It could work. It could be absolute trash. And then that C goes all the way across. And then we've got a D maybe. Yep. Mute those. And we're going to bring that one across to there, that one across to there, and that's all the way across anyway. Let's change that cello instrument from staccato to legato, and let's hear those two together. Oh yeah, that sounds really nice. That does sound really nice. Hey, Pete John, Studio Live today. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for joining me as I create this music. Yeah, it's been a minute. So yeah, back doing live streams when I can. Life's like that sometimes. So yes, I'm making a piece of interesting music. Let's listen to this in context, for Pete's just joined us, so why not? And see if that sort of gels together. So the legato is all I've got here. We can mute these. That'll be easier. And we can just play the whole thing. We've still got that line muted down there, so that's okay. Let's listen. Let's save it. Gotta save. Okay. Starting off with a slow piano. Keep in mind this will be going with a video, so it's just background music for a video, corporate type video. It's a bit loud at the moment. Right, so it runs from minute 4 there, and it starts 6 seconds there. So that's okay. That's under a minute. That's about what I'm trying to get to here. I think we need some sort of break drum sort of ramp up for this last bit here. It does sound lovely. So we can have a build up for the drums there, I think. Yeah, thanks, Pete. Yeah, it's work in progress. Lots of lots of work to happen here to make this any good. But we've got the bare bones. We've got the bare bones, and I think that's the important part, to get the bare bones. I'm thinking that we will continue this line of putting legatos underneath the staccatos, just to give it some foundation and structure, even if it's just really quiet, and I can change the dynamics at that point. But I think that will be the way to go. So yeah, that's looking okay. I thought I saw that. That's... What have I done there? I'm clicking on the wrong thing? Possibly. That bar there. Haha. Why? Because that goes all the way there, and I didn't mute those two there. That's better. And I want to bring in the drums for that bar there, but that's okay. We'll just put that like that for now, and that'll remind me to do that later. I want to think about that, ponder that a little bit more. Rainy and wet in Melbourne. Yeah, we're having a bit of a sunny, sort of cloudy day here in Perth. Still pretty sunny in Adelaide. Delightful for June. Yeah, the weather's been interesting. We've had a bit of rain on and off, but today's a bit of a nice sunny-ish sort of day. We're going to get some rain over the storms, and then sunny by the end of the week again. So don't have to water the garden, so that's nice. Garden appreciates a little bit of rain. All right, now we've got to then sort of do similar here with these. So we've got, I think we can glue these together now. I think that will work. I think they are all okay to be glued. No, not the whole thing. There we go. Gotta be careful where you put your glue stick. That's not a euphemism. All right. Let's work on, I think, violins 1 and 2. We want to be the root of the chord up high. So let's work on legato of that first, and then we build the rest of the chord in between, I think. I think the violas will be pretty much the same as the cello, and then the third of the chord maybe will be the violins too. We'll see. We'll see how it sounds. We can always move things around and make it sound a little bit prettier, but let's have a look at getting all of this. It's interesting how I didn't want that, but that's okay. Let's have a look at, well, it'll be basically the bass line up a couple of octaves, wouldn't it? So we could just do that because we've got the basses playing the root, haven't we? Let's change that from staccato to legato because we've just copied that across, and we get rid of that, get the basses, copy it up to there, double click on that. That's already set to rock and or roll, and then all we do is we shift up arrow, put it up 1 octave, and you would have heard nothing because the violins don't play that low, and then they're still highlighted, so shift and up another octave and 1 more. There we go. So that's so that works. And then we want pretty much the same, but then, as I said, different chords. So I think, I was about to say, what's the rule for strings and for orchestral lines and all the rest of it? I'm going to not bother with that. I'm going to make up my own. Rules are meant to be broken. Well, for music anyway. It's creative. What do they say? It's, yes, I'm going to do what I want. It's my piece of music. All right, so if I use, do we want to double violas and violins 2 together? That might work with the third, because we've got the tonic there, we've got mostly there and there. We want the third and the fifth. Creative license. Thank you, Ashley. Words. Ah, dear. See, it's late morning and I still can't do words, even with a coffee. English bad. All right. So we've got the third and the fifth of the note, the chords to play around with, and I'm thinking we do the fifth with the violas and the third with the second violins. Let's see how that works. If we've got the root there, we should be able to just move it, if that makes sense. Okay. Little tiny bit of music theory at play here, but let's copy that to there and to there. So we've got to go with violins 2. Let's edit the instrument, make it legato. Okay, we're on this line, so we're looking at this one, and we're going to make this, at the moment, that is the root note. and it was too high for violins too. So we want that. This is a good bit of Cubase. You can use the scale assistant, and you can make sure that it snaps to pitch editing. So we're in the key of C major, so if I move these notes up or down, it will actually snap to C major notes, which is really cool. So if this is C, the third of the note is C, D, E, a third up, and the fifth of the chord is C, D, E, F, G. So if we want to move it down an octave, we just do that, but we want to move all of them, down an octave, and then up to the fifth, I reckon. And they all moved. Okay, so that's that. And then we do the same with this for the violas. Change to legato, and we're on this line, and we have these, hang on, that was violins 2 I just did. That's the one. There we go. So that was the fifth. And we want this to be the thirds. Down one more. Maybe, is that too low for violas? No, I think so. So the others were the fifth. Let's make these the third. That is too low. Okay, so we need to put that up an octave. Maybe. Let's, how high were these? Let's listen to second violins and violas together, just those two. Right, and I think that works. So if we it's a bit mundane and boring, but that's okay. I'm thinking of putting a bit of a piano counter melody over the top. And then it gets really busy and fast. That's my thoughts. Let's see how that works out. But anyway, or I could put another instrument. We could introduce something else. Who knows? Who knows? Just putting it out there. All right. That's a bit pedestrian and boring, isn't it? Let's have a listen to it all from that point. It's nice. I mean, it's nice, but it is a bit boring. So let's see if we can mix this up a little bit. Let's take the A out there. So we need an A somewhere. Remember that for me, will you? Bar 14, we need to put an A somewhere. Okay. All right. And that will work. That will work. So we've got an A in here somewhere. No, we haven't. That's okay. And we haven't got an A there. So we're missing an A. That's got an E That's got the A there, just in the bass. We can always split. Yeah, no, you don't do that. That's why you have first and second violins, don't you? That's an E there. That's a C, E. I've got an E there. And that's an A in the bass. So we haven't got an A, but let's listen to that, see what it sounds like. Okay, so I think we need to bring in some of that sort of melody that's in this bit to sort of bridge the gap in the last 4 bars here. So we've got, I like that continuing C note there, but then it gets a bit mundane and boring here. This bit's a little bit different, which is nice for the cello, but we need something that mimics sort of this bit. So for this part, we've got G, F, A minor, G. Okay, so that's why I kept these chords down here. G, F, A minor, G, G, F, A minor. Nope, that goes to a G there. So, can we? Let's see how we go. Thoughts and thinking. I need to put my thinking cap on and see what I can come up with. Let's save it. Save. Okay, so this is bar. Last 4 bars, we've got G, F, A minor, G. Here's G. Here. Let's just copy that bar. Bear with me. There is method in my madness. There is method in my madness. Paste. Okay, so I just want that movement there, but not necessarily that. Okay, so what I want to do is get rid of that note, put these in. Let's change these to 16ths, because what I want to do is get rid of that, move those across. So we've got the G, that way we've got legato across there. I think we'll need to make it 30 seconds, don't we? There we go. So we just want it a little bit going across, so we've got that legato sort of sound. And there. I don't know how this will sound, but this is what I'm sort of thinking. Let's have a listen to that bit. Will it work? Will my plan work? It's too much unless we make that staccato. It's not a silly idea. Copy that, that back the way it was before. And I'm just hitting Control Z to put that all back. That's the way it was before. What we can do then is go to here and draw in that bar there. We can actually put that across to there. And at bar 17 it was, wasn't it? Yep. We're going to paste. So that is staccato now. Yep, that works. So if we bring all of those others down in volume, because they are pretty loud, I think that'll work. And then something similar just for that bar. So that bar is the A minor. So we look at the, not that one, that bar there. There is method in my madness. Maybe. That one. Paste that. Do. It sounded a bit strange going to that bar, didn't it? I don't know what's going on there, but we'll fix that in a minute. All right, I'm glad it's sounding good, but we want something similar to that. So what did we take out before? So this is why I mute things rather than deleting. I shouldn't have done that, but anyway, that's okay. I think it's just the E, E and A, C, E, and that will work. So get rid of that. Oh, that's because it's middle legato. Maybe? I'm not sure. So we want... Oh, hang on. Dot, 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 dot. Dot, dot. See, if we use the same pattern, I think might work better. Let's listen again. Yeah. So that starts on the E. If we just, yeah. So if we get rid of that and copy that and put that there and move it up to the E. Something's happening on that bar with the other ones. I'm not too sure why. I've got the word staccato legato there. That's really weird, isn't it? I should fix that. What's going on? Why is that? It sounds... yeah. Am I on the right? No, I did the wrong thing. Right, on that line, that is the staccato. So yeah, don't want... Those notes can all be shorter anyway, because they're only like that anyway. No, there's something else on another line that's... Is it too long there or something? Let's solo it. That's okay. That one's alright. Where's the legato? Where am I doing? Legato here. Actually, if I just solo things at that spot, that should work. So let's bring in that as the staccato, that as the legato for the violins. Ta-da! There's a missed note or something. Have I got another weird note somewhere? It's being triggered. No, it's okay. Because it only needs to go over by a little bit. Perhaps that is the reason why. Maybe. Let's fix all that up and listen again. That bar needs to not be legato. We need a break at the end of that third bar. So that needs to go there. And then we do the same with that. And that one. It's that last note that needs to have the break. And that should fix that little issue, because that's just not sounding right. Okay, let's go back to here. Okay, let's take the solos off. Let's go back to here. Sounding really good. Okay, I'm liking that. I can always tell when a piece of music's coming together because I get a smile on my face. It's like, oh, that fills my heart with joy. Okay, and coffee fills me with energy and stuff with things. So coffee, Brought to you by my big sippy cup, so I don't spill stuff, and it holds lots of hot coffee and keeps it hot. Although I did make it over an hour ago and it's warm-ish, so yeah, it's not too bad. Alrighty then. Onward, my friends. Okay, so let's save that. That's coming together. I'm liking that transition. So we then need to do something similar but different for the others here. So that is, we've got the G and A. Let's just copy that across. So G and A, yep. So we can just make that thirds and fifths and that sort of thing. So let's fix up these names for starters, because this is a bit, we don't need the word staccato in these, because that's just making it all a little bit confusing for me. And I'm confused enough at the best of times. So I'm just double clicking in the space, double clicking on the word, hitting delete, and then shift and enter, and then it changes the names over here as well. Pretty quick and simple stuff. All right, that's that. That's good. So that's the staccato for the violins too. We need, that's violins 2 I've done, isn't it? We need something similar but different for violins 1. Again, there we go. That sounds lovely. But do we want, let's have a look at where we're at as far as that's concerned. So we've got a G for the top violins, a D, D, F, E, F, So that is the 5th. D is the 5th. So that is the 5th. And that's the root. So violins 1 are playing the root. Violins 2 are playing the 5th. So if that's the root, we make this the 5th. Is this high enough? Yeah, any higher and it's out of range. So that is definitely high enough. When I say that's the root, that should be the 5th of the chord. So at the moment it's a root. Root here of the chords, G and A. So we want it the 5th, so we move it up. G, A, B, C, D. That's too high for second violins, so we make it down an octave. Let's listen to that. Let's just listen to those two by themselves. And I think what we might do is we might double that last note to really hit that last chord. So in here, that is a G. Make sure we're getting there. Oh, it's a D. Yep, that should be okay. So that top one needs to be a G. And just duplicate that and put it there, and that needs to be there. Let's listen to that again. Let's listen to both. Whoops. Over here. And in context. I think that works. I think that works. So we've got the root there, we've got the fifth there, we need the third for the violas. So we'll go the third here. Down an octave. And then up the third. There we go. That should work. That should work. And then we might have something a little bit different for the Chilean basses. Similar, but different. Similar to what we've got here, I think. Yeah. So we start to bring in some of that in, excuse me, the last 4 bars of this 8-bar section. I think that'll be the way to go. Let's listen to the staccato. Oops. It's snesel. Do we need that note there? Or do we leave it? See, I'm not sure. You can click on all of them. It's really good. Just shift click and you get all 3 together. I'm thinking muting those notes. I'm not too sure about those. Yeah, I think that's better. And yes, you're correct. Save. Thank you, Ashley. Appreciate that. Very, very helpful indeed. All right. Let's turn all the solos off. We've still got the mute on the last one. That's fine. Okay, so now we want something similar but different. We've got G, so that's the second one there. And A, wasn't it? G and A. So it's that bar there. Yeah, that will work actually. Okay, so let's have a look at both of those. No, just that one. So what do we got? B, B. Okay, well that's pretty simple, isn't it? Let's draw that in. So we're drawing that bit in there and that bit in there. And we're going to put it in there. There we go. So that should be that, I think. Whoops. Solo these again. And then this is an A minor, so we're taking it from there. That bar there. Okie dokie. there. Okay, let's hear how that sounds. Yep, that sounds good. We could actually do that for just the rebowing of those. That could work. But anyway, let's fix this one up first. So we've got basses and G and A minor there, isn't it? Is that what I'm doing? G and A minor. Okay, yep. So that, what do we got for there? Pretty simple. Those two notes there. And paste. Where are they? They're there. And then that bar, we're duplicating the E's there and putting them in that bar there. Okay, let's have a listen to those. Now, where's my basses? Okay, and in context. Yeah, and then it needs something for the main melody there. All right. Even a piano part all the way through. I think it's coming along. It is a nice transition. I think if I do something with the drums, that would be good. I need a bit of a fill there. I like the plain drum beat, I think. And I need to fix up the drums. There's a way to split the drums so they're all on their separate tracks, and I can't remember how to do it. I need to look that one up. I did it for a piece of music a year or two back, which is really sad that I never finished, and I will one day, but I want to split them out so you can balance them properly and do special things and EQs and stuff with the individual drum parts, etc. Makes it sound a lot better than just having it all on one output. So there's a bit of work to do, but that's okay. It's coming along. Let's see where we're going. Yeah. I like that sound. It's nice. And I'll just make sure that they come in really softly. Da 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 da, da. Okay, I can hear those in my head. I can hear those staccatos cutting in and out throughout here. So let's listen to that again. Need to be a lot softer and underneath. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. I think the drums need to be embellished a little bit. I go into conductor mode. Da da da. Da da da. Da da da. Da da da. So it is da 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 da. That's all that's needed. It's just that. So one, 3, 4, 1. It's just that 3, 4, 1. So it's C going to G. Not sure what to do here. Let's think about this. Let's. Okay. Okay, so if we cut those, it's just easier to copy across. We can always glue them back up afterwards, but I'm just hitting shift and clicking on them to highlight the selection, and then I want to alt click and drag. So they are all in A minor. We want them to be in C for that bar. Oh, we want it to be A minor then C, don't we? Yes. So if we actually move those across to there and then hit Control D, that just duplicates them all there. And we don't want the first half of the bar there, we actually want just the second bit there. So we've got the A minor there. So what we've done is we've copied these, which is in A minor, so it's the last half. We don't want C there. I want the last two beats, da da da, and then we want to transition those to C. So they are at the moment A minor, so A, B, C. So we need to put them up a third. And then we hit all. Okay. Okay, so now all I want is then we can glue all of that together. and then go into all of that, and all we want is da da da. I think that's what I want. Wait, that's at bar 30. So I don't want I don't want these two bits here, I don't think. Let's see how we go. I think it's those two that I don't want, and that I don't want. And then it's just the first notes. Let's okay. Again, method in my madness. And then the same again, but different. So it's A minor to C, A minor to C. That is brilliant. And what I want is to go down. Right, so copy those across, copy those to there, and instead of going up, I want them to go down. The bottom ones can go up, but I want these to go down an octave. So it sounds like this. And maybe a legato strings at the end. And we just want the C chord at the end. So we can, what have we got here? No. Where's legato? Legato is here. We've got a C, we've got a G, we've got an A minor there. We've got C at the beginning here. Okay, so let's get basically that bar there. That's what we want to cut and copy. Copy that. And put there, and then go back and glue these. So is that right? I think I'm doing that right. So the legato notes go over, and that's all okay. Let's listen to this bit now. All right. It is coming together, Ashley. I'm pretty happy with this, the way it's going so far. That's in the staccato line. I thought I copied legato. That's okay. Oh, because I've got it highlighted for the first one. So all I have to do is move that down to there. Let's listen again. Okay, it's a bit long. I don't know what's going on there. Let's open all of these up. I think, yeah. We've got a couple of stragglers. So you just need to bring everything in because we've copied it from the other place. Nice. And that'll be softer. We've got to work on dynamics and things. But wow, that is all coming together. I'm happy with that. I want to play with the drums a bit now. Let's save it. Need some fills. Lucky fill. Make it a bit more interesting. I like the flow of it. I think I need to write a really good piano part for it. I think the piano is what's going to be the foundation for it. The strings are nice embellishments for it, but I think the piano piece is going to be what really sings through, if that makes sense. I think so. All right. Let's listen from the start. I want a break there. Yep. That's better. And again there. Let's listen to that bit. Not sure about that last one. I think the last one needs to hang on. I think that needs to have a full bar break. Maybe. It's going to be with video, so we don't need music there the entire time. And the volume is going to be brought down when there's voiceover and stuff anyway. That's nice. And the string's going to be way quieter. Cliche for the ending there, but that's okay. I think that is working better. That front bit is fixed. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's fix these drums now. Need to transition. It's always all about the transitions, isn't it? Right. Yeah, so that bar I need a fill. Lucky fill. So it is just pretty boring. We need a fill. No, that's not. What have we got here? Oh, that's a nice crash. Let's draw that in for starters. Where was that? Okay. We got toms there somewhere. Okay, so that's our kick. Hats, snare, cowbell. No. You got any toms? We have no toms. I'm sure there are toms in this set. That's what we need. And I don't know why it's not playing that, but that's okay. What I'll do is I'm just going to hit record and then click on them manually, which is bizarre. And then that should record them for me. That will work. Even if I bring that up here and just do it by a bar before and we'll move it, that'll be, I don't know why that's not showing up. That's okay. We can work with that. Okay. Let's hit record. And it's going to sound weird. Just ignore what the sound is and then we'll play with it. Why is that not working? Oh, because I haven't hit record down here. Ha 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 ha. I've forgotten how to use the door. That's really sad, isn't it? So I don't actually have to hit that, but when you hit... Okay, that's better. I need to hit that button there. Goose. Okay, ready? Have I got it in the right place? I have. Okay. Let's put the metronome on. Okay, so that should have, for whatever reason, they're not mapped. Why isn't that working? Maybe. That's just weird. Okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to put that back and I'm going to find a fill. Lucky fill. That had toms. Yeah. So all I need to do is drag that. I don't know how long it is. There we go. Drag that there. I don't know why that doesn't do that. But anyway. Whoops. It's not what I wanted. There we go. And make that the same colour as the other ones, and then I'm just going to fix all these up afterwards. It's a bit of a pain, but anyway, there you go. So that is that bit. I don't know why that's not working, but let's just go with it. I think it's a whole addictive drums in Cubase type situation, but anyway, let's have a look at this MIDI. Now I don't know why. There's the toms up there. So that was okay. And then there's another. Thought there was another tom somewhere. Tom. So that's up there. Why then it was there the whole time and I just didn't go high enough because I'm a goose, possibly. Let's do what I wanted to do before. Don't want a whole, I just want one bar of a fill. Oh dearie me. There they are. Were they there the whole time? Weird. It's going to be very cliche, but I think cliche works. Let's draw some in, and we want something for the entire bar, don't we? Oops, that's out of alignment. So is that. Wow. I don't think we need 30 seconds. 16ths will suffice. Something like that. Okay. We've got, that's why I couldn't hit them before, because I've got all of these on for the scale assistant. It's not scales, so that's why it wasn't showing up. Where's the snare? There's the snare. Let's go with that. Okay, now we need 30 seconds, don't we? Actually, no, we don't. We don't. Leave it in 16ths. I want that on the first beat here. Yeah. Okay. So these go up to G. Let's listen to that. Okay, don't need the metronome on. I think it's too slow. It's not. Need to double it up. Duplicate it and then move them over. Come here, move. There we go. There we go, that's better. Skippy da doo da da doo da. I have some coffee left and apparently I need more. Hello, you got here. Oh yeah, no problems being late. You'll hear the whole thing in a minute, which is still a work in progress. We've got more to do next week and coming weeks. In the meantime, coffee. Cheers. That was a good coffee. All right, we need to fix this fill and then okay. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. So I want that. Oops. Yeah. Let's listen again. I think I've got it. Yeah, I want I think I want the kick as well. No, anyway. Alright. Let's listen to that in context and see if that bar works. Now I want to hear. I like it. I know it's very cliche as a drum fill, but let's save that. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that one. And of course, then we don't need that either. Hopefully that should still work. Too much too soon. Let's hear it in context of this bit. I think there's a note out there. Maybe it needs to... Maybe. like the idea of the kicks coming in. There. Oops. Wrong button. Just not that. There, like that. And let's hear that in context with that bit. So that's D above. Let's just copy that. Really? Is that where I wanted it? Yeah, I think so. Now we haven't got an octopus. Easy, but you wouldn't have a hi-hat there. You do a cymbal crash there. Coming together. Cymbal crash at the end for maybe. Nice, I like it. Yep. Okay. Well, wow, look at that. It's like the end of the show. Whew, 2 hours gone, just like one of those. Finger clicks. Should we put? No, we won't put finger clicks in here. I want to write a nice piano part, I think, for this as a main sort of melody. It's all very nice. It's coming together. Yeah, let's listen to it all. Let's save it and listen to it all. And thank you to Ashley, Pete Johns, and Skippy Dadooda. Words. Can't speak today. Thank you all for joining me. If you haven't already subscribed, ring the notification bell. You'll be advised of when I'm on next. Hopefully, same time, same bat channel next week. And if you have liked this, do the clicky bits. Greatly appreciated. Hopefully, I plan to be here next week and we'll continue doing more with this. The purpose of this is to be some music that goes under a promotional type video. Voiceover, that sort of thing, for a corporate sort of video. So I need to continue to create this and polish it up and make it all happen within the coming days and weeks. I haven't worked on it other than my live shows, so I might have to put in a bit of extra time, but we'll see how we go. Life gets a bit busy sometimes. So, all right, thank you for joining me, and we'll play it one last time. And I'll get rid of me here because, you know, I'm just here. Get rid of me. And, there's actually, before I do that, there is something going on with these staccatos that don't sound right. I noticed before. Let me fix this up first. Does that sound all okay? I think so. But if I listen in context with the rest of the strings... Oh no, I think it sounds all okay. Alright, just my ears. Okay, let's listen to it all now. And one last save. You can never save too many times, in my opinion. Alright, I'll get rid of me over here. And... I'm still here. I'll mute my mic now and I'll press play. See you next time. Thanks for joining me. On that, I should say all my ending bits. Hang on. On that happy note, until then, and a bit more. Have a great week, day, night, evening, whatever time of the world it is for you right now, or watching the replay and stuff with things. I'm going now. Bye.